Good. Right. Good. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Give me the live. Give me the live. God, I look like crap. Right. Where's me? That's what I need. Copy that. Right. Let's get you to the Patreon. Right. Come on. Fuck me. No. Okay. Right. Hello, Omar. How are we doing? Wing Kong Exchange. Hello, everyone. I hope I'm coming through. As you know, I always seem to have bad technical issues, but hopefully you can hear me. You'll have to let me know. Hello, Annalise. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Hey, Omar, check this shit out. Wait. Ah, delicious. Omar, bless him, what was it, a couple of years now ago? He sent me this a rather delightful bone china mug with the Spy Who Loved Me on it, which was very sweet of him. So thank you, mate. I still use it, just so you know. I still every day I have my afternoon tea in it. It's reserved for tea, not coffee. Yeah. So thanks for that. Still has pride of place. I think my wife thinks it's weird, but not because you sent it, just because it's got Spy Love Me on it, and so I have to hide it away in the cupboard because it doesn't match the other mugs. But that's fine. It's for my office, which I have, so that's all good. How are we all doing? Dan Lyles, the man, Dan the man Lyles, artist extraordinaire. Yeah, for anyone who needs artwork doing, and I don't just mean of posters and stuff like that, but Dan is incredible. What was I going to say? Oh, Dan, yeah, Dan and I need to catch up with you, Dan, actually, about green teeth. So I will have to do that. I'll do it offline. Oh, my computer wants me to use my phone as a webcam. No, you're all right. Who else is in the room? Carl Goddard. Annalise is in Paris. That's very swanky pants. Very nice. Or is it very nice? I haven't been to Paris in a very long time. If my dad's here, the last time yeah, I think that was the last time I went was with my dad when I was like, how old was I? I don't know, 12 or something, 13. I can't remember. And our car broke down, so we got stuck there. And there's nothing quite like having to be in Paris. But I'll leave it at that. Steve Arnold, fantastic. SWCO Productions, hello. Well, thank you. Yes. Well. So, since last we spoke, you're staying in an unfurnished apartment, but not complaining about being in Paris. Okay, well, good. I hope. Yes, very good. All right. We'll leave it at that. What have I done? So in the last few weeks, I'm just getting over COVID now, so I if I sound a bit grotty, it's because I'm getting over COVID. And it seems like my daughter's brought us back a lovely new virus from uh, nursery, so that's nice. I got COVID though, I think, because I spent a week in an international airport doing previs for a film that I should be a part of next year. Um, this is a I can't say the name of it. I don't think I'm allowed to say the name of it, but it's a one take film. And it's an action film, and it's pretty cool, and it's got guns and car chases and all sorts of badass stuff in it. And so we needed to run it through from end to end to just sort of see where they could put cut points and that kind of stuff. And it meant going into Stansted Airport, which was kind of cool because we got to go like into all the baggage handling area and all around like inside all the places you don't normally get to go to. So that was really good fun, and I got to do lots of pretend fight scenes and car chases and what have you. So that was kind of cool. So yeah, so that's hopefully going to be doing. I won't be playing the role I was playing in the previs rehearsals because that was the lead role and that's already cast. Can I say who it is? Would I be giving things away? I don't. No, I might be. I might be if I do that. So I won't. But yeah. And I kept going through because I read the script and everything. I kept saying to the director, I was like, "Oh, maybe that part I could do that." But well, this part really resonated with me, and he was like, "Oh yeah, we've got that. Unfortunately, that part's already gone out to Aaron Eckhart." And I was like, "Right, that's a bit above my pay grade." But so I'm working on it. Hopefully, I'll get a decent part in it. But anyway, as a result of being there all week, I picked up COVID from somewhere, and then brought it home. To share with my family. So we've all been sort of just dealing with that. And it's not been too bad, really, to be honest. But yeah, so I'm just sort of slowly getting over it. And then Richard has got food poisoning. So he is in bed, not feeling very good. So I said I'd jump in and do this for you guys for this Thursday. So I hope that's all right. We are hopefully going to do a live stream and commentaries and that kind of good stuff as soon as we're both sort of fighting fit, I think. So possibly next Thursday we'll do a bigger live stream, or we'll do some pre-recorded content and then do it the following week. But anyway, that's just what's been going on with me. Who else? Yeah, Omar. Yeah, it says his sister had it for the first time last month. I think it just seems to be. I guess this is the first winter we haven't really been locked down, isn't it? So and there's no restrictions. So if you get it, you know, it's up to you what you do. So it's kind of like, I guess it's just going to go around a lot quicker. But the merciful side of that is that it's less potent. So for me it was. I mean, I had a booster back in July because I was going to France to do some filming, so I had to have a booster, which probably helped me out in fairness. But my wife wasn't too bad either, and she hadn't had a booster. But yeah, it was just kind of like fever for like a day. Like I had a really bad sore throat for 2 days, then a fever for like a day, and then it's just been sort of like a cold really for the last sort of week. No, Annalise, unfortunately, no. My smell and taste went for like 3 days, I think it was, which was horrible, and I didn't eat much and stuff like that. I realized though, like if I want to lose weight, it's a good. I realized like I eat food that it has to taste nice, otherwise I'm not bothered. So I just didn't crave anything, and I wasn't eating anything. But my taste and smell's coming back now. It's still not like normal, but it's coming back. So yeah, but yeah, so it's all kind of rubbish, really. Andrew K says, I saw Type 2 Bead yesterday. Brilliant stuff. Thanks, really enjoy. Thank you. That's really cool, man. Thank you for watching it. I don't know, where did you watch it? Was it at a festival or something? Oh no, you can rent it. Well, we'll buy it. I don't know. There's a way of watching it, isn't there, for like £1 or something on. You'll tell me, I'm sure. Yeah, I mean, I think we'll do eventually. We'll put it on the channel, I think, to share with everyone, or we'll do like a Patreon exclusive for everyone. But thanks so much for watching it, and I'm glad you enjoyed it. I mean, when you consider it was made for tuppence, thanks to good old Bill Bossett, who helped us out, and he's a He's a supporter of the channel. He, yeah, very kindly gave us some money just to kind of go and funny about for a bit, and Richard's did an amazing job of writing it. I mean, it's his very much his love child. He wrote it, shot it, directed it. Um, it's very much his baby. So kudos to him. But I'm glad it's done very well. It's won awards and gone all over the place. So we're very happy, I think. Uh, have I seen the Cocaine Bear trailer? No, I don't know what that is. But sounds interesting. Is it about uh, uh, a drug dealing quadruped or a coked up gay man, big hairy fat gay man? Could be. Isn't that what a bear is? A bear's like a hairy gay dude, I think. So I don't know. Coked up bear. Okay, fine. That's more like, yeah, probably, yeah. I'll have to check that out. That sounds really weird. In fact, I'm going to put it in now while I'm here, so that I don't forget. What's it called? Cocaine Bear. Oh, I mean, in a world of Sharknado, you may as well. I mean, anyway. You'll laugh, Duncan. I found a killer burrito sticker hiding in the bottom of my purse this morning. Not how I wanted to start my day. Yes, I found I had both I had a badge stuck to my jacket or something the following day, and the sticker somewhere on my person the morning after we went to. So Annalise very kindly came to our screening of Type 2 Bleed at the what's the festival? She must want to remind me what the festival name was, but we had we screened at a festival a few weeks ago in London, and so she very kindly came down to support that, which was really cool, and it was really lovely getting to meet some of you in person who we've kind of been obviously chatting with for a very long time. So it really was very, very sweet. And thank you all for the kind of love and support, and I appreciate you guys come to this channel because we talk about big blockbuster movies, and then we go and make little tiny silly movies for no money that certainly don't have the production values of that. And so to sort of sit and appreciate something like that, I think it's very much appreciated, and it speaks volumes for your what's the word, your broad-mindedness. So thank you. Andrew K. It's about a bear on coked came. Very good. Logan quoted your Michael Caine impersonation from Jaws the other day in the midst of discussing the series. Ellen, you guys. Oh right, yeah, Ellen. You guys got me through some rough first times. Oh, bless you. During that era, I dropped into show. Thank you, Logan. Yeah, man. That we haven't done that. I'm teeing up to do, hopefully. So the Rewind Movie Podcast guys who we're friends with. I did an episode of the podcast. So did Richard. Richard did. Oh shit! What did he do? He'll come back to me. I listened to it. Oh, Bill and Ted. He did Bill and Ted with them. And I did True Lies with them on their podcast. So if you haven't heard that, go check it out. And I said to Gally, because they're starting to do the Jaws film sort of in between other films, and I said, oh, when you get around to Jaws of Revenge, I want to put my name in the hat if I can, because I'd love to do that again, because obviously it's set in the Bahamas, so I kind of know it. I feel like I've got a bit of a affinity with it for that, and obviously Michael Caine's in it. So yeah, Ellen. That's right. The shark. What was? I can't even remember that film. I watched that so much when I was a kid, but I haven't watched that in so long. But yeah, and he's trying to crack jokes, isn't he? He's like, "The breath on that thing." It's like what? It's just so terrible. But it's one of those things as well. Like literally, it took them all of what 2 or 3 films to just turn it into an absolute joke. But whatever. Uh, Is there a Verde Christmas stream / special in the offing? I think what's happened is Christmas has snuck up on us very quickly. I know it has for me. I think partly because I was away for a while doing the filming, and then I was ill and trying to catch up with things, and like November just seemed to come and go, like it was over so quickly, and now it's like, oh crap, we got Christmas. I still have to do my Christmas shopping. Full disclosure. So that's been that, and I've had a lot of other stuff. So it's funny. It's like things have started to wind down now. So I think, yes, I mean, hopefully, depending on Richard's condition, and how he's feeling, I know that I think it's a lot for him to deal with because he does all the graphics and sets up things normally. So, as you see, I don't do I put very little effort, low energy, low effort, with my live streams, but he really does go to town with all the production values and stuff. So I think probably, but I don't know if it'll be on the scale of like the one we did the other year where we had like Angelo and Ellie and coming on, and I don't know that we'll be able to arrange that this year, but I'm sure we'll want to do something. I don't even know what day of the year is Christmas on. Where's my phone? I'm gonna find out. Excuse me, sorry. Sound of an ill man slurping his tea. What day is Christmas Day? Why, it's Christmas Day, sir. Tis the 25th. Obviously, it's a Sunday. It's Sunday the 25th. So I guess we could try and plan one for the 22nd, maybe, depending on how things go. So yeah, I mean, I'll bring it up with Richard when he's feeling better. Right, let me go back through what you were saying. What you saying?
Oh, Tom Hardy and everything. That's what I do. I do that voice, don't I? That's who I am. A sort of, I don't know, what's that? South London, East London, I don't know. It's sort of Jewish in a way. I don't really understand why,
Every fucking that's what passes for character development, is it? Sorry, I was just kidding. I quite like Tom Hardy. Andrew, Duncan, do you know where we'll be able to find Hounded on streaming? Yeah, I think it's on Amazon. I think you can. It's VOD. It's not. I don't think anywhere's got it as like a included with a membership. I don't think. Not here. I think in the US it is, but not in the US. It's called Hunted or something, which is like, right, like what. The whole point of it is it does involve like spoilers, like dog, like fox hunting, like hounds and stuff. And it's like, so that's kind of the point. It's a hound. It's like there's subtext. Never mind. And that's the very literal people, the Americans. So yes, it's called Hunted in America. But I think you can definitely watch it. I think you have to pay for it at the moment. But I'm sure it'll end up somewhere. My part in it is quite small because when I came back for the second day of filming, or second night of filming on that, I had 3 positive COVID tests in a row. Excuse me, which turned out to be false positives, but I only found that out the following day when I went and had a full-on PCR test, and all that, and by then it was too late. So that was annoying. So a lot of my stuff is covered in ADR in that, which is what it is. I mean, I'm in it, and I'm just alright, but yeah. The Islington Festival, or however you spell it. Yeah, it was a great short film. Thank you. Wow, that's very sweet. And yeah, and just thanks so much for coming to watch 2 silly blokes say poo on the internet who made a film for no money. For some money. That's not true. I don't mean to put down the very the kindness and the generosity of Bill, because it was nice for people to sort of support and want to encourage people to do creative things, because that's quite rare, really. I'd rather watch Type 2 Bleed. Mark Garside. I'd rather watch Type 2 Bleed 9 times than watch The Batman again. It's funny. YouTube seems to think that I'm due a reappraisal of that film because for some bizarre reason in my home feed it just keeps sending me The Batman reviews. And I'm like, "Well, it's okay." I mean, it was like 8 months ago or something. It's like right, uh, but um, yeah, it's like it's constantly telling me that I should be watching those, and I don't know why. Maybe it thinks I'm due a you know reassessment or reappraisal of that film. I I just have no interest. I see it. Oh gosh, I'm so sorry. I have no interest. I see it on. I think it's on one of the streaming platforms, or it's obviously available to buy. And I just go like, I go, "Oh, the Batman," I can't when then when I mentally replay what happens in that film, I just think, "No, I can't be bothered." There's nothing about it that I find particularly edifying, but there you go. If you enjoyed it, that's all cool. Um, the twist you love the twist at the end of Type 2 Bleed. Totally had me fooled. Yeah, there's lots of I mean, again, Richard was very clever with how he wrote it, so if you've only seen it the once, you can go back and notice there's a lot of other Easter eggs and nods to kind of what's going on in the film. There's even that which I had to be told afterwards because I wasn't on the stream where it was discussed, but the Foxy Flingo thing. I thought that was just a game in the thing, but there's actually a game of Foxy Flingo in the film with a man throwing a fox to Paris or whatever, or to France, to Calais. Um, it's in the sort of montage of when he's playing all the when my character's playing all the games. So yeah, look out for that. There's lots of very cool sort of just things in there. There's some Valverde things in there. And there's lots of Richard put a lot of effort into like things like my character has a RoboCop keyring, which plays into um, how what happens to him. There's foreshadowing of like Mike's character carrying a picture of is it Lance from Vice City and stuff like that. There's loads of little things in there that you can pick apart. So yeah, that was really cool. Where are we? Sorry, I lost my place. Are you? Oh, right, yeah, Omar. Are you saying you watched Jaws: The Revenge when you were 7 and turned off by the shark? Yeah. Well, it's because there was the pan and scan version of it. I think it's the pan and scan version of it, which is the version I had taped off the TV. You could see all the like the mechanism under the shark and everything. Like it was all there. And I used to think like, God, that's terrible. But they really didn't put any effort into this, did they? But then I didn't realize that that's because it was cropped in and it's like, well, so the TV version just always had you could see all the mechanics of the shark, whereas when you see the proper widescreen version of it, all that's gone. It was framed out. It's just because of how they've done the pan and scan version. So it's like it's just ropey as shit, isn't it? And then that end bit, there were two versions of the ending, weren't there? There was the one where the shark just sort of gets stabbed and dies from the boat, and then there's one where it just explodes. But when it explodes, it's like literally someone took a matchbox and stuck a mast on the end of it, and got like a blue tack shark and just jammed it into it and made it blow up. It looks terrible. It really does look awful. And it's like, why was that a better option? I don't understand. Yeah, Logan, definitely looking forward to seeing you guys revisit Jaws. I think it would be a blast to see you guys also revisit your first collaboration together, if I recall. What was our first? What, Jaws? Was Jaws our first one? I have no idea. It's been so long. It's a Christmas movie. It is. It does. It's set at Christmas, isn't it? But in the Bahamas, so it doesn't look very Christmassy. By the way, Duncan, my mum called you a naughty man for your BTTF plot synopsis. What did I? Oh, what? Back to the Future? Was I naughty? I'm sorry. Foxy Flingo here. To me, the Batman is like vignettes and moments. Doesn't feel like a cohesive film. Too long too. Yeah, agreed. I mean, I do think. I think it's just sort of one of those. I wouldn't go as far as to say it's not like Zack Snyder where it's all kind of just imagery for the sake of it. But I do think there's an element of like it's a lot of it is kind of like, oh, Batman, you've never seen him be a mopey dickhead. And it's like, yeah, but to what end? Like, to what end? You know, a lot of it's like, I love the moody, like, it's like a David Fincher film. It's like, watch a David Fincher film then. It's like a David Fincher film without any of the subtext. It's like, it's just, again, it, like I say, it airs on the side of being a bit like, um, you know, a Snyder thing where it's like, this looks like the Dark Knight Returns. And it's like, yeah, but why? Like, and I know it looks like it, but so what? It isn't. And what are you trying to say? So, yeah. Andrew Case has started watching Stallone's new series Tulsa King, only 2 episodes in, but it's not bad. Sort of Stallone's Soprano. Yeah, I saw that. I mean, it almost feels a bit kind of like, in a way, it feels very obvious to have Stallone be a gangster, but it also feels like the horse has kind of bolted on that. I don't know. I just keep seeing Instagram keep showing me that clip of him in the airport or whatever, and saying "cock" to a woman, and then say my cock, and then like I don't know. I was like, what? Like I don't know. I don't know. I maybe I'll watch it. There's so much TV though at the moment. It's so hard to know. I am thinking about doing Paramount Plus, so we're running out the clock on our Now TV subscription. So once that's done, I might grab Paramount Plus. Filmed in a bathtub. Yes, it certainly seems that way. Duncan is always naughty. Well, why not? Jaws explodes like a puffer fish. I used to see fishermen pop them with Bowie knives on the docks in Australia. Lovely. Ugh. That got dark. Yeah, Tulsa King is on Paramount Plus, mate. Omar. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I've not seen enough of it or not enough to kind of really know what it's about, other than it's a it's a gangster film. But yeah. Stephen Arnold, my issue with the Batman is he has no agency. He just follows the clues, whereas Seven, at least the characters are proactive and interpret the villain's plan. Batman just does what the Riddler wants. Well, exactly. And again, it's sort of like, to what end? It seems like it's all building to this massive reveal that he goes, oh, vengeance bad, hope good. So I guess I'll do hope now, but change nothing about myself and still mope about like a dickhead. And it's like, well, 3 hours to watch Batman learn that is a bit. Come on, yeah, fuck me, Batman. Talking about hope, yeah. Captain America 1990. Apologies, I got cut from the previous message. Batman blah, blah, blah. Doesn't have much to revisit it, does it? No, exactly. I've seen it once since the cinema. Right as Gordon was the boss there. Well, Jeff, he's always great. Can't complain about him. I think everyone in it is fine, actually. There isn't really anyone in the film that I dislike particularly. I just don't know what it's serving. That's the thing. It's like Robert Pattinson seems like he's in a different movie. Like it's almost like he's not making a Batman movie. He's making a different type of movie, and he's fine. But it's just, anyway. Gordon Ramsay is Batman. Yeah. Annalise says, if a Christmas stream does happen, I'm nominating the Liam Neeson film Cold Pursuit. It's wintry and goes at very unexpected places. I have seen Cold Pursuit's the ice trucker one, right? Is that the one? If so, I've seen that. Yeah, it's very odd. It's a weird. That's one of those ones where it's like, well, if it's not a Taken, it's like off-brand Taken, and it's just very, very by the numbers, procedural sort of thing. But yeah. But it was, it's one of those ones where it's quite easy to take the piss out of. And it's not the one with the Ice Road Trucker. So there's another one where he's in the cold. I am in the cold. That's Liam Neeson. Yeah, well, exactly. And there's another one I saw where it's like, I'm a ranger or whatever. It's like on the border, and it's like, is this going to be some ham-fisted film about border crossings or something? Is that what this is? You know, it's like, oh god. There's a lot of that going on. It's like the last Rambo film was a bit like that, and it's kind of like, well, yeah, I know, but the plight of, you know, immigrants and or refugees is not going to be summed up by, you know, a septuagenarian action star having a personal vendetta with someone. It's just not, is it? But hey, whatever. Hey Rob, how you doing, man? We were just talking about, actually everyone was saying how much they love Type 2 Bleed. Rob Myers in the room. Rob was a big part of Type 2 Bleed, so everyone say hi to Rob and thank you. The Marksman, we had to, yeah, that's it. That's the one where he's like, I'm a ranger or whatever, and it's like, no. We had to send it off. It was so boring. Yeah, there's been a few like that. We've kind of just like, you just end up on your phone, don't you? And you're like, well, I feel sort of held hostage by this film. I'm just going to sit here on my phone like I'm in a doctor's waiting room till it ends and not pay any attention to it. And it's even worse if you're drunk, because if you're drunk, you're not gonna. There's been so many films I've watched like on a Friday or Saturday night when I've had a few vinos, and it's just like, I'm tuned out of this. I'm not paying attention. And then maybe I am getting to that age, unfortunately, where I'm starting to fall asleep. Not a lot. I've never been someone who falls asleep in front of the TV, but I am starting to go that way. I'm sure I'll be, yeah. It's gonna just cut my film or TV viewing down even more. But there you go. Yeah, Last Blood. Winkong says, pretty depressing, and Rambo's like Jason Voorhees in that. Yeah, I'm a sucker for Sly, and I still watched it. Yeah, I mean, we watched it. I didn't like I say, I just didn't. I was like, it went on and on and on, and it was just basically, it was a big punch up at the end, but to get to that, you just had to go through this really lazy, long, boring, like trying to make him like it's like it is like takes like the plot of Taken, basically, with not really Rambo. It just felt like annoyed Stallone. It's kind of like, what? And he's doing another one, isn't he? Wasn't that one called Last Blood? And he's like doing another one. What? Fuck off. Stop making this shit, man. I mean, it's like, come on, like, really? Come on. Fuck me. It's fucking raw. Anyway. Wrath of Man was good, was it? Okay, interesting. Yeah, because that kind of got a lot of shit, didn't it? Wasn't that a Guy Ritchie film? Yeah, but yeah. Yes, yeah, Rob, man. People are getting to see it and they're enjoying it. So thank you very much. Thank you. Big, nice sort of Valverde group effort, that little short film. So that's nice when things like that happen. Avatar 2 Boo Boogaloo is out this month. Is it out this month, Omar? Fuck me. And of course it is, because he's going to be going for the Christmas dollary dues. Is anyone going to see that? Show of hands. Show of virtual hands. Who gives a shit about Avatar? I mean, it's one of those ones where you just kind of go, like, well, I guess he's like a film genius, so I suppose it'll make all the money. It's one of those, like, it's like, you think, there's almost part of you that goes, this has to make $2 billion. Otherwise the world doesn't make sense anymore. You know, it's like Cameron always turns up and takes the box office record. So this has to do that. And you just think, I'm scared it won't. I'm scared that this is like some giant gamble that's going to bankrupt some studio somewhere, because fucking hell, it's a lot of money on the line. And it's like, no one gives a shit about that. That if you were born when the first one came out, you're 13 now. It's like, wait, what? Come on, man. Like, really? Now we've got to find out the smell of water or whatever. I'm so bitter and cynical and don't give a shit anymore. But it's just like, really though. Hey, I mean, of all the worlds that he created to go back and revisit a million times, it's like that one. Because he said as well, like that one, it was that and Alita Battle Angel that he was sort of developing at the same time, and he thought he was going to make Alita first, and then he made Avatar and made all the money, and then Alita got done whenever it was. He didn't direct that, but it's like, and that didn't do so well. I don't think. I think that kind of came and went. It certainly didn't do as well as Avatar. So it's like, are you just going back to Avatar because it made all the money, or what? I don't really know. Yeah. Avatar's big in Asia, so it'll make its money. Well, yeah, if they're allowed out, because at the moment that's all up in the air, isn't it? They may not. They're all shut in their homes, then they won't be going out to see it. But they'll probably pirate it, so at least they'll see it. Ben's not interested in Avatar 2 at all. Me either, frankly. Is there a way for me to see the cool aquatic alien creatures without seeing the film? Probably. Just go to jamescameron.com. I don't know. I mean, I saw the trailer for it and I was like, I get that it's hard to sell. Is it 3D as well? I don't know, because the Avatar was one of the big 3D films. And I have to say that, like, that and Gravity were probably the two films where I was like, okay, 3D works here. Nothing else. It did nothing for any of the other films I saw in 3D. But those two, I think it did add something. But I think that's dead now anyway, isn't it? So people aren't going to go and see this in 3D. So it's just and that to me was like a big part, because when I then tried to sit through Avatar again at home, I never could get through it because I was like, oh yeah, don't care. And it doesn't have that wonderment. Like, it didn't have the kind of immersive feel. And I think that was a big draw for it. But the story, I don't think the story and the characters were particularly compelling. And I don't think anyone, unless you're really into that shit, like, I don't think anyone cares. It all kind of feels like it was cribbing off a lot of other things. It's kind of like, well, obviously the plot was like Pocahontas, Dances with the Wolves, take your pick. But even the design of things, like the mech suits, were kind of like the ones from Matrix Revolutions. And it just, even aesthetically, it didn't seem particularly original. So it's very odd. I mean, I don't know. It'll be interesting. But I wonder if this is what finally sort of dethrones Cameron as the kind of cinema god. Didn't he come out and recently say it has to make $2 billion in order to make its money back? So someone's executive butthole is twitching somewhere, I should think. Just been out for more wine, Dan. Hope didn't miss anything crucial. Oh, bring me back, Sam. I should have like a. In fact, for the longest time, I've been planning a drinks cupboard or a drinks table in here, with like whiskey and stuff on it. But it never makes it out here somehow. Probably, and it's probably a bad idea. But yeah, but I think I will. I think I'd like to have something around here. I got a new desk. Again, I can't. I always do this. I would love to give you guys the tour, but the tour. I mean, it is just a room, but but I can't show you like the windows and the I've got a sofa over there, and another desk. My wife's got her desk in here at the moment. Got the TV on the wall. Got a nice big L-shaped desk, so everything's kind of all around me, which is kind of cool, which I really like. And I've got space now because I have 2 laptops when I'm working and stuff. I've turned into one of those wankers who has 2 MacBooks, and I'm like, because I'll be video editing on one and writing on the other, so it kind of. I don't know why I was saying all that, but I'm not bragging. Oh, a Wi-Fi controlled heater, yeah, which is here, which is nice, although probably costing me a fortune. Yeah, I can't show you because all my laptops all plugged into like the mixer desk and the thing, so I can't move things around. But yeah, why was I saying that? Don't know. But I keep intending to kind of. I want to put like a neon sign on there, especially like next summer. We're having barbecues and stuff. We can have the doors open and have things up in here, and it'd be kind of cool. And a beer fridge would be cool. But then I'd never leave, would I? So that's probably not a good idea. What were we saying? The first Wing Kong Exchange, the first one did a great job of incorporating the Cameron Aliens vibe with the big CG spectacle, but the sequel doesn't have much to bring me back. Well, exactly. I think it just sort of over time didn't have, bearing in mind that he's responsible for some of the, the films that people are most revisited, like the Terminator and Aliens. True Lies to a lesser extent, but these are like seminal movies and stuff and Titanic, of course. I mean, maybe not everyone's cup of tea, but big movies that people come back and talk about. And he was someone who could make sort of blockbusters that weren't blockbusters, and especially now where everything's so formulaic, it feels like he would be a nice breath of fresh air, you know, along with like maybe Christopher Nolan or someone. But I just can't see it, and maybe that's it. We do this every time when he comes to bring a film out, everyone kind of goes, "What?" And then it is just it blows everyone away. So I mean, maybe it will, but I just from the trailer was so sort of like it seemed to think you would give a shit. It really seemed sort of so sparse with information and the look of it as well. It was all like, well, I'm just watching a video game cutscene at this point, and it's like, there's nothing there that makes me want to go see it. So I don't know. We'll see. I think a lot of people are going to wait and see what the reviews are like, and then he's getting senile. Very good. His obsession with the sea is getting tedious. I know. I actually went and saw years ago. I got invited to a lunch at Rolex in St James's Square when he did the Mariana Trench, when he went down in his bathoscope, bathoscape, bathoscarf, bath. He went in a bath down to the deepest point on Earth, and he had they did this when the original guys did it, and then they did it again with James Cameron, where they built a Rolex to kind of strap to the outside of the submersible so that would could resist the pressure and everything. So they had that watch at the Rolex, and they had this lunch for people like customers and stuff. So my watch dealer, I got invited with my friend to go to that, which was nice. But I've got pictures on my phone of it actually. But they had the watch that went down with him in the thing, which was this really crazy thing that you couldn't really wear. It was massive. But yeah. So anyway, that's the closest I got to James Cameron, was seeing a watch that he didn't wear but was strapped to the outside of his submarine or whatever. So there you go. The fake globe bar. Yes, that's true. Yeah, let's bring that back. Oh my god, yeah, have a giant globe bar. What a good idea, Andrew. If they do that, I'm all about it. That's what like Ross Webster in Superman 3 has, and that kind of, it's the billionaire tycoon evil villain type thing, isn't it? Next to it, yeah. Oh, that'd be cool. What's your favorite Christmas film besides Jingle All the Way or Santa with Muscles? Christmas film. I don't really have one, if I'm honest. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think. I don't really have a film I watch at Christmas, really. Excuse me. I know Richard watches Die Hard, obviously, with a buck-fast. Die Hard with a buck-fast. That's the sequel. Set in Scotland. I don't know. I don't have one. I don't think I have one. I don't mind. I like Love Actually. I don't mind. I have a sort of soft spot for that. Not that I really watch it. So no, that's a terrible answer. Oh, Dad's here. Hey, Dad. Get the fridge. I'll come and join you. Sound. We should. I mean, this is the thing. It's just like I'd like to get a bar. I had all these highfalutin, stupid man ideas that I was going to build a bar in here and stuff, and I still could, but I basically take up about a third of it or a quarter of it, and I just sort of sit up this end. So it's kind of like the rest of it's a bit. It's starting to get clagged up with crap though, which I don't like. There's boxes and because all my daughter's Christmas presents are all hid in here because she doesn't really come in here. So yeah, I got to watch that. Once Christmas is done, I want it all out of here. I want it all out because I don't want a big mess. Die Hard or Home Alone, says Rob. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it has to be I quite like watching things like Superman at Christmas. And Dad, I don't know if you remember, Dad and I watched Midnight Run a few years ago at Christmas. That was quite a good Christmas film. Anything that sort of like grimy 80s New York kind of thing, that works quite well for Christmas, I think. Rob said, what's the license plate behind me? This one, that is the license plate from my grandfather's car in the Bahamas. So it's you see it says Nassau at the top, and it's from, when is it, from 1992. So actually it's 30 years old. In fact, that was probably the expiry, so I think it's not even It's older than that. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know if I can get it down. There you go. Yeah, you can see there it's got the Bahamas. What does it say? First landfall 1492. There you go. By the Spanish, I believe. So there you go. That's what that is. I don't actually know why I came to have that or how I came to have that, but I do. So it tends to go up on the wall somewhere. I think it's kind of cool. When Sean watches Miracle on 34th Street, I think I saw that in the cinema when it came out when I was probably older than I care to remember. It was all right. Home Alone, Die Hard, Rocky 4, says Omar. Fair enough. National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Never got into those, but there's people obviously. Lots of people love them. Die Hard, It's a Wonderful Life, Nightmare Before Christmas. I mean, Die Hard does feel like a Christmas film, even though I know it isn't, or it is, or whatever. But it does have that feeling, doesn't it? It does have that sort of warm, comforting. Which is an odd thing to say about a terrorist siege movie, but it does have that kind of comfort blanket feel to it, I think now. And it just, I think it's those kind of films you put on around Christmas because what they denote is, there's no reason to watch this again. You know it like the back of your hand, but it signifies the start of a holiday. It signifies putting down everything else and just chilling out. And I think, Die Hard's really good for that. So I say that's a good Christmas film. Maybe I'll do Die Hard this year. Why not? I mean, it's a good one. Let's try and get a Die Hard viewing in. Muppets Christmas Carol, yeah, it's very good. Not yet. She doesn't. What are you saying? What? I don't know what you mean. Who? What? Did I miss something? Sorry, I probably did. Oh, Dan Lyle says Indy 5 trailer has just landed. So you're probably all going to disappear off now. Should we? Could I watch? I don't know how to. I couldn't probably play it for you on here, but I could watch it with you if you wanted to go and find it. I've got the Cocaine Bear trailer to watch as well. I'll watch that in a bit. Indiana Jones 5. Let's see. Does he rumble his way through the Dial of Destiny? Let's have a look. Sorry, I know this is boring because you're all just watching me watch a thing, but let's watch it together. Kind of. Go get a copy now. Right, here we go. Kino check. Oh, that was CGI. CGI indie.
I miss waking up every morning, wondering what wonderful adventure the new day will bring to us.
Sorry, everyone. I know you're just watching me watch a thing.
Come gone. Perhaps not. I don't believe in magic.
Got John Rhys Davies back.
I've seen things I can't explain. And I've come to believe it's not so much what you believe.
Mads Mikkelsen. That's pretty cool. Ooh.
Who is this man? I'm her godfather. Get back.
Yeah, I mean, I said that I remember Kingdom of the Crystal Skull came out, and I watched that, and I was like, he's age defying, man. I believed that he could do all that stuff. Not anymore, man. Not anymore. Look at him, bless him. He's a million years old. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I know that sounds like horrible, but it's like that. There's so much face replacement in that. You can already tell it from the trailer. There's so much, and he looks very rubbery when he's jumping. It's like, don't make me believe that 100-year-old Harrison Ford can jump off a moving train onto a horse or whatever. It's like, don't do that. Oh wow. Okay. Well, that's I mean, it looked cool. It gets you excited, doesn't it? You kind of go, "Oh, it's Indiana Jones! Come on, fuck me!" But that did not look good. I mean, it looked good and it didn't. It it had all the nostalgia bait in it. John Rhys Davies, But it doesn't. I don't know. Oh, I don't know. Did you all watch it? Did you go and watch that while I was watching it? I don't know if you did, but yeah. Not great, sadly. I was that's one of those things where I'm like, there's nothing, I have nothing against Harrison Ford doing more films, and I have no desire to see stuff like that fail or anything. I'm rooting for it, but that didn't look great. I don't know. I want it to be good, but he just looks, bless him, he just does not look old. Like he looks too old. I'm sorry. Right, let me catch up with what you guys were saying. Great Escape is good for Christmas. Yes, Sean, that's a good point. Great Escape is good, but it's quite long, and I don't think I could get my wife to sit through that, let alone my child. So I'd have to stay up late and watch it, and then that's 3 hours or however long it is of staying up late. I did get her to watch Papillon, but she watched the Charlie Humdrum version first, and then we tried to watch the original, and she got most of the way through it, but then started falling asleep, and so we had to. But I finished watching it because I quite like Papillon. Though it is long. Did you buy the car from Columbus? Who? Oh, my grandpa. I don't know. Possibly. But your grandfather who built the house in Into the Blue. Yes. So, well, he designed it. He didn't build it, but he was the architect. So he designed the house that's in Into the Blue. It's owned actually by a Canadian millionaire or billionaire, Jay Gottlieb. When was it the last time I was there? God, it was. Yeah, it was about 8 years ago when I was in the Bahamas last. I went round and checked it out, and that was cool. And it was nice to go in and see it. And it's a very nice house, and I wish I could buy it one day, but probably not. But we'll see. Yeah. So, did you all watch the Indiana Jones? Sorry, I'm just catching up with everyone. Dad says, "How about the Long Kiss Goodnight?" Oh God, I haven't seen that in ages. That's like, how old is that now? That's 25 years old. 25 years old. Shit the bed. I do like that film though. It's this a Shane Blacky sort of. It's a Shane Black script, I think. Isn't it? He didn't direct it. Who directed it? Jan de Bont or no? I can't remember. Anyway, can't be that good. Yeah. They're de-aging Indy for 5. Yeah, there were some shots in there that looked like they were supposed to be set prior where they've de-aged him, and it's like, oh, it doesn't look good. Sorry, I'm just catching up with what you guys said. Yeah, he was fit in Indy 4. Yeah, I mean, he did. I thought he did a really good job in Indy 4, but then bearing in mind that's like 12 years ago or whatever. It's like that. He was in his 60s, not in his. Well, he's in his 80s now, isn't he? It's like, oh, dude, come on. I mean, I'm sorry, but like, I have a lot of love for Harrison Ford, so I hope he's good in it, and I hope it's fine. Digitally de-aged Indiana Jones is going to be really weird with an old Harrison Ford voice. I know, but it's like, it just like it is. It looks like in the trailer, it looks like they're throwing around the corpse of Indiana Jones. Like it looks like someone's throwing him off trains and stuff. It's like the idea that a man who looks like that can do those. I can't do that. I can't do that shit. Like, what are you kidding me? Like, what? Fuck off. Like, it's, oh dear. Yeah, not good. They should stop being so precious and recast Indy. Treat it like Bond. Well, yeah. I mean, if you're going to do it, or don't do it. Come up with something else. Like, for fuck's sake, Hollywood. Hollywood is so creatively bankrupt. Sorry, Rob, but it is. I'm sorry. Like, to be going back to the well on all this stuff time and time again. And it's like it's like Mission Impossible, for example. Let Mission Impossible show the way. If this is the last two that Tom Cruise is doing, and God willing it is, much as I love them, but come on, let's go out with these two big, massive films, and then knock it on the head, and then we'll do Mission Impossible when it'll be a completely different thing, and that'll be in like 20 years' time or something. Do that. Don't keep going. I want to have another Indiana Jones film. It's like, I think we've said all we need to say. Like, I really do. And Kingdom of the Crystal Skull was proof of that. It's like, and if you really insist on redoing it, then recast it and just completely restart again. But don't, because what's the point? Because it's Harrison Ford. It's just ridiculous. Like, but when people say treat it like Bond, it's like, well, Bond is its own thing, and Bond has that framework to be able to do that with it and reinvent it. Indiana Jones was always a period piece, so it's kind of like, well, I guess you can make it serialized and set in that time. But I just don't see it as being kind of like, I don't think it could, because you can't really contemporize it. I just don't think it's got the legs that something like James Bond has got. James Bond's always been able to reinvent itself and has always sort of had its feet kind of in the present moment. So I don't know. I just think just stop. Someone make something like original. I think the problem is everything's going on streaming, right? Everything original is happening on streaming now. And apart from fucking Avatar 2 and what have you. So, and then Christopher Nolan's doing what Oppenheimer. I mean, I guess that could be interesting, but generally speaking, everything's just going on to streaming and no one's bothered. I mean, that shit about, what was it, the Glass Onion costing, what did they pay? Netflix paid something like $400 million to get the rights to make 2 Knives Out films. It's like, was it really that strong that you thought you had to pay $400 million, and they paid that just to acquire it? I don't think that includes the shooting budget. So it's like, what? And like Daniel Craig apparently it was Daniel Craig, Ryan Johnson, and the producer or something, each got $100 million each. It's like, right? Jesus Christ. It's like, and I don't know. I mean, I've not seen it. Apparently it's good fun. But you just think, oh. But I suppose I shouldn't complain too much, because that is kind of an original. Well, it's not original because it's a murder mystery thing, so it's wholly unoriginal. But I suppose it's an original IP, so it's kind of like, well, all right. But it's like the next installment in the Knives Out franchise. Knives Out franchise. Well, I mean, I guess Agatha Christie was, you could say, but fucking hell, it's so dreary, deeply, deeply irritating. I'm just complaining all the time. But, it's like there are those of us who are trying to make original stuff. The film I worked on the other week, that's happening next year, is original. But it's, it's one of those sort of like mid-budget action films, that will probably end up on streaming, and that's fine. But you kind of go like, no one's trying to do anything original anymore, are they? They've all got to spend $5 billion squillion on making Harrison Ford look like he can jump off a train. And it's like, because we can't possibly try and do something new. It just fucking does my head in. Anyway, I think it just all needs to collapse. I think it all needs to fail in a big, spectacular way, and then something can rise from the ashes. But until it does, they are just gatekeepers, and they're going to stop it from happening. Apart from you, Rob, we love you. But you don't work in casting or in, presumably, in yeah. The thumbnail of Indy with his eyes bulging out looks like when Donovan dies in The Last Crusade. Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't look good. Does not look good. Yeah. Witness doesn't get enough sorry, Wing Exchange says, speaking of Harrison Ford, Witness doesn't get enough press. Fantastic film. Yeah, Witness does come up. Witness is always like that kind of, when someone says Harrison Ford, it's Han Solo, it's Indiana Jones, it's like The Fugitive. But I always think Witness is sort of usually number 4 or 5 on the list. Like I do think it does get a lot of love. Like I think it's quite high up there. It's often seen as like one of his real like performances. And I guess the Jack Ryan films as well are kind of in there too. But I think Witness is up there. It's up there once you sort of skim off the the big IPs off the top. That's usually what's underneath the cream at the top in the full fat Harrison Ford 6-pinter. Evil Danny Glover. Yes, yeah. Yeah, Ryan is set. He certainly is. I mean, Christ. I think the original Knives Out cost me like 40 million to make, and it did like 600 at the box office or something like that. And that's the kind of I mean, I think that what's I suppose ironic about that is that's exactly the kind of thing I want them to make. I want people to be making $40 million movies. That's a lot of money. Do you know what I mean? That's a lot of money to make a film, and you can make a damn good film with that. So, but then that's because it did that and did so well. It's like, right, we have to turn this into a $400 million. You know, it's like, do you know? But there we are. You know, it's a kind of but people know it. People like it, and it's like, well, they liked that. I don't know. I mean, apparently it's just good fun. Apparently, Glass Onion is good fun, and if that's what it is, then great. I mean, fine. I'm quite happy to. I'll probably check it out. I think because it'll come on Netflix, won't it? I think soon. So, anyway, Old Man Duncan equals Jeff Bridges' new TV show. I watched The Old Man. I haven't watched the last couple of episodes because they've been releasing it weekly, but I've been watching The Old Man, and generally liked it quite a lot. I mean, like, I love Jeff Bridges. He's one of my favorite actors. So, I mean, I can generally watch him in most things. And it's got John Lithgow, so that he's great. So, it is good. It's one of those shows where you kind of like it just skirts the edge of being one of those annoying, like teasing you kind of shows where it doesn't give you much information, that kind of stuff. But it's like, but it isn't. But it's no, it's good. You should check it out if you haven't seen it. What? Don't know. Rob's got to jump into a meeting. Mate, great to see you, Rob. Thanks so much for stopping by, man. You take care. And I don't hate Hollywood, really. We love you. It's just, you know what we mean. Take care, mate. Have you seen Mosquito Coast, where Harrison Ford plays Louis Theroux's dad? I have not. I've not seen the film of it. No, I saw the series on Apple TV Plus. We watched the first season of that, which was fine. It was quite good, actually. But I've not seen the film, no. So that's a good point. I should see. But I saw the trailer for it, I think, and yeah, you're right. He does sound a bit like Louis Theroux. Right, going to wrap up in a few minutes, guys, because I'm starting to get a sore throat. Sorry, but what have we been? Oh, it's been an hour. I think the pendulum will swing the other way soon. The big movies are starting. Sorry, this is Steve talking. Big movies are starting to not meet the studios. I think you mean box office expectations. Hopefully we'll get another return of the mid-budget film. Couldn't agree more. Couldn't agree more. And here, you know, it's like, I think the problem is, it's like, I feel like I'm of a generation of filmmakers who we've been held out when we were younger, like we were, you know, sort of up and coming or whatever in our 20s. It was like we were really kept out of the industry. And then I think it's kind of in the last 10 years, it's just done this sort of, you know, especially as actors, like people who've risen up as actors have only been the kind of the usual like dynasty people, or, you know, your Henry Cavills or your Tom, I guess your Tom Hardys and your Tom Hiddleston or whatever. These are all people who were like paid up and were really connected, and like they're the only ones who broke through anything, and only in one or two sort of franchises, you know. They're not like stars. It's not like they churn out lots of movies that they lead and that people love going and seeing them necessarily. So it's not really, you know, they haven't put the effort into developing new talent really, you know, and I think that's gonna come back to bite them in the arse in a lot of ways, not just in terms of actors, but like, you know, directors and stuff like that. So I just think they just need, rather than make one $300 million movie, make 6 $50 million movies. I mean, try that, because at least one of them's going to do, you know. I don't know. I just maybe look, I'm not in charge, but yeah. Dad says Mosquito Coast was great. Helen Mirren also good. Dad likes Helen Mirren, don't you? Come on, be honest. Yeah, Helen Mirren's really great. She's a really, really great actor, actually. I must check it out. I will check it out. I think I saw it on. It's on something. It's on Prime or something. So I should check it out. Mosquito. Oh, it was written by Louis Theroux's father, with a lot of author insert in the. Oh, okay. Oh, interesting. So he literally was playing Louis Theroux's dad, kind of. Cool. Interesting. Right. I'm gonna call this to a close, unless you guys have anything else. Is there anything else? Have I missed anything? Sorry, I've been very sort of tired and COVID-y recently, so my brain's not working quite right. Steve says, I'm currently trying to break in as a screenwriter, and it's a very similar thing. A lot of gatekeeping because they're so scared of new talent, my opinion. Lol. Yeah, I mean, it's not, do you know what it is? It's, you know, if I'm being sympathetic towards a lot of these people, it's like, yeah, they do get inundated with requests from people who are trying to make it, you know, but it's kind of, but that there's, especially in this country anyway, there's a sort of resentment about it. There's a kind of like, oh, well, we get thousands because we can't possibly respond to them, you know, we're far too busy. And it's like, you're like just self-appointed gatekeepers, aren't you? You know, and I think also people need to get out of the head that they need those people's permission in order to go and make anything, because that's not true. You don't. I mean, I've never been very good at playing the whole kind of middleman game. I hate doing it. I hate sucking up to middlemen, because I just think, well, you don't make movies. You don't. You're just there to filter out the twats, and I get that. That's fine, but don't make out that you do anything else, because you don't. So that, you know, it's a simplistic way of looking at it, but I kind of think, no, my thing was always like, I want to be attractive to directors and producers, and that's who I'm trying to impress. So I always, whenever I work with them, I get on with them very well, you know, and I've always had a lot of repeat customers on that front, and they always love working with me. But it's getting to the point of being able to work with me, because, you know, I don't really put the effort in with casting directors so much. So, and because I just find it tedious, but that's just me. But it's fine, you know. I'm at a point where I have a lot of great contacts who sort of always throw me jobs and things, so it's an opportunities. Right, let me just read these last few messages. Can I just say, do you like chocolate? Chocolate oranges are available from Rawlinson's. Sure, that's something I should get as an inside joke, but I don't. Sorry. Thanks, Annalise. Yeah, cheers. I'm getting there. Till the next one. It's just the season of illness, isn't it? Colin McLean, don't know if you're able to do it, but was going to share something on the Verde Broadcasting Twitter that you could put up on display on the chat for everyone to see. I don't think I am able to do it, no, because this is literally just through the YouTube channel, so it's not. I'm not using OBS or anything like we do when we do the big ones. So unless I saw it on my phone, and then I could just show that. So try that. Do that now, Colin, and I will do it before I sign off. As long as it's not a dick pic. Thank you, Omar. Cheers, mate. Yeah, I will do. I think hopefully Rich is stopped shitting through the eye of a needle and is feeling better. But sorry. But yeah, hopefully he's feeling better, man. Because yeah, I'm not one. I never really get food poisoning, but my wife does. It's not very nice. Right. I am looking at, what am I looking at? I'm looking at notifications. I guess, is that right? You're going to tweet the Valverde account? Is that how it works? Do that. Do it. The Dial of Destiny. I know, that's funny as well. The Dial of Destiny, because it sort of provokes imagery of like rotary phones and old things. See you soon. Yeah, cheers, Omar. Alan Partridge reference. Yeah, oh, you're right, aren't you? Sorry, Wincong Exchange. Sorry, man. I'm just being very slow. Yes. Yeah, what was the chocolate orange at Rollins? I can't remember. Oh, sorry. Right, Colin, come on. Oh, there we go. What's that? It's not finished, but sketch of Fierce Pierce. Oh, right. Yeah, we're doing it with one eye, but let's there you go. Can you all see that? Sorry, my ring light is kind of reflecting in the glass of my phone. There you go. There he is, Fierce Pierce. One-eyed Pierce. You know, he's got the old wink eye. He was on, what was it? Well, because he's been doing the rounds a lot recently because of Dr. Fate, but Black Adam. And he said I've noticed he started to say it's anything art or heart. He says with a very American accent. So he goes, it's my heart and stuff like. It's really weird. His accent's all over the place. But I guess he lives in Hawaii or something, doesn't he? So anyway, right, I'm out of here. Thank you all very much for coming and sitting with me and listening to my nonsense. And we'll do another one of these soon. Obviously, we're going to get more content out to you guys. I think Back to the Future's gone up. We're going to get another commentary done, I think, soon. Hopefully when Richard feels better, we'll get that done. We'll get some more pre-recorded content and we've got another live stream to do. And yes, but I suppose the next one of these will probably be in the new year, given that this is the 1st of December. We may do one, maybe we get one to you before the close of 2022. Maybe we should do that, shouldn't we? We should have a little wrap up, little chat just for you guys before then. So we're going to try to do another one of these before the end of the month. But yes, thank you all so much, and lots of love to you all. I hope you all stay safe and stay healthy and enjoy Paris, Annalise, and catch you all soon. Bye.